Hello and welcome to another episode of Chaos at London. This is Mage Edition. Tonight we find ourselves continuing off from the scene last night, where an Eli Callahan has opted to finish his quest at his own personal safety. He's remained behind in the Umbra to gain the ingredients that he needs to repair his staff. Um, so, Eli, you are still in Sith's chamber. You have the two very swarthy looking men, youngish looking men, staring down at you, their brows furrowed. Sif similarly looks upset, and they are all just kind of staring at you, wondering. Eventually, they will ask, "Why are you still here?"
His hands are far away from anything that could be considered a weapon. But he's also not backing down. He's not going to show cowardice in front of these Norse people.
Okay.
Um, this yeah. He's not he's respectfully centering himself and giving him a second to compose himself and hopefully allow them to cool off a little bit before speaking. And he lets them finish everything they're saying and gives them a moment to add anything else before he speaks to make sure that he is not interrupting anybody.
Sounds good.
Before he speaks, and he will obviously wait to make absolutely certain that they are talking to him before speaking.
I mean, there's nobody else in the room. They're all staring at you. It is fair to assume they are speaking to you.
But we're also in the realm of spirits, and even though I've got spirit sight up, God only knows what else might be kicking around.
That's fair.
And for all he could know, they have some kind of ability to talk to other people through, like devices in their ears that transmit to other people, like Bluetooth or something. You never know. um, they're significantly larger than him, right?
Yes.
Like magnitudes of like how much?
Sif is about twice your size. Magni and Modi are about 3 times.
Holy cripey!
Yes.
Is that she would be 3 times the size and then Mary would be twice?
They're war gods.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Well, how
literally
big are
How big are what?
the other ones? Like, was Thor like 4 times the
Yes.
size? Okay.
Yeah, Thor is fucking huge.
Um, I have etiquette. How would be the appropriate way to address gods and goddesses?
Um, you could give me a charisma etiquette roll to know that.
Charisma? Ugh.
I'd also allow intelligence if that happens.
Okay, yes. I'm literally 4 times better at intelligence than I am at charisma.
Fair enough.
Sorry, hold on. I forgot to pull up Discord.
You're good.
Keen Edge mind work.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Just a straight fail.
Okay.
Can I try again at a higher diff?
Yes. Maybe difficulty 7.
All right. There's a success.
I mean, This one's a pretty easy one, so it's not. It's a normally you would call them lady, whatever their blank is, or whatever their name is, or lord, whatever their name is.
Okay. My lady, my lords, I'm actually on a quest and just happened to end up here, apparently stabbing myself in the foot trying to help somebody who didn't really deserve my help. And I was hoping to possibly earn some help in my quest.
How do you plan on earning this help?
I am a fish out of water. I have absolutely no idea. Yeah, he's being 100% honest with these guys. He doesn't. He is completely out of. He is completely out of his element. He has no idea.
Mm-hmm. Magni and Mojo kind of like fold their arms across their chest, their brows unfurrow. They kind of look up at Sif and say, "At least he's honest about it." So let's kind of give them both a look, and they'll take a step away.
Don't they get to pretend to look angry again?
Yes, they do.
He's basically right up against the wall, and he kind of looks back behind him, trying to figure out if there's any way he could take like another step back, but there's not.
What can you do?
I have not spent a lot of time in your realm, so what I could do in where I'm from and what I can do while I'm here might be two completely different things. I could tell you what I can do in the realm I'm from, but I'm not entirely sure how helpful it might be here.
Go ahead. Tell me what it is then.
He will draw a map of his skills, starting with being a doctor and then working towards the spheres and such.
I'm gonna look at your sheet real quick so I don't have it memorized. Dude, can you imagine if I had like all of my PC's sheets memorized? That'd be crazy.
Okay, I can just tell you exactly what he has.
No,
Correspond. Oh, okay.
I got it. Thank you. What kind of art do you do? This is an out of character question. So you do have a dot of art.
That's his. That I'm assuming is what he uses to draw out his runes.
Okay.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's fair.
He will say that he has been dabbling to a degree in runic magics, but he cannot guarantee to any degree of how well his skills would engage in this realm.
You won't need any magic to do this. All I want is a proper memorial for my husband.
A proper memorial for your husband. Oh, he does have crafts. He will take out a piece of paper and he will first he's going to ask if he could use a table or a stand or something to do some sketches.
Yeah, that's fine.
He'll take out a piece of paper. I'm going to start with an intelligence academics. I'm guessing would be inappropriate. combination to come up with something?
Academics or esoterica or occult.
Let's see, which ones am I better at? Academics. Esoterica. I'm actually better at esoterica than I am. Okay, so I'm going to spend a willpower on this.
Okay.
Keen Edge Mind?
Yep.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
All right. So you you rack your brain for what memorial for a god might be, and you kind of as you're doing that, your hand kind of starts like it doesn't actually draw them, but it kind of goes in the motion of various runes. And as you're doing this and you see this, you recognize those runes. They seem to be first off Thor's name at the top of the paper, or if you were drawing it at the top of the paper, and then all along it, runes that represent characteristics of Thor, like his might, his bravery, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Now, in my head, am I? Is this like a construction of like a statue, or is it some kind of a piece of? Ian's trying to figure out how this is coming. How is this coming out? Is this coming out to be like a statue of some sort, or a mural on a wall, or?
It's more like it's more just kind of plaque, if that makes sense.
A plaque?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So somewhere between a mural and a statue that
Yeah.
fits on a wall. Okay. Yeah, he's going to he's going to take those what comes out on the sheet, and then he is going to expand on it.
At this point, I will need either a dexterity art or a dexterity crafts.
Dexterity crafts. Okay. Well, it's one success.
You can extend this out because it is a crafts roll, if you so choose.
Awesome.
But every time you do it, the difficulty will go up by 1 for each roll.
Sorry. So each roll is up at a +1.
Yes.
Whew. Holy cripes!
There you go. 4 successes, it looks like.
That's 1, 2. Yeah, 4 successes. Yeah. So that's 5 in total.
I will let you stop whenever you feel like.
Yeah, I'll stop there. 5 successes is actually pretty good. Actually, you know what? I'll go for one more and spend a willpower on this one.
That's probably a good idea, because now it's at diff 9. Good thing you did.
Yeah, so that's 6 successes.
Yep. So yeah, you start pulling out or doing all these rooms, kind of etch a like a figure of Thor, as he's often represented in legends, and kind of this half statue, half mural type thing. And as you're doing it to the paper that is on the table,
That's nasty as if this dude is getting.
what?
Oh, he said there's a mayor that publicly stated in the thing that he purposefully keeps non-violent offenders, specifically black non-violent offenders, to do chores.
That's fun.
like wash cars, change the oil,
That's fine.
and he is getting the nastiest look from these black police officers standing right behind him.
Good. Anywho, so as you're doing it on the paper, a section of the wall that is clear, blank white, you'll see what you're putting on the paper start to transcribe itself along the wall as well. Like it's being carved into the stone of the wall.
Oh wow. That's cool. Okay. Yeah. So, I'm going to guess that distracts him for the first roll. That's why he did so low, and then he really takes off in the second roll.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, they watch you do their work and then they turn their attention to the mural. And Magni and Modi kind of like they give you like the you did pretty good nod, but they do it subtly before Sif kind of responds. And she just kind of looks at you.
I've done the absolute best I can with my knowledge of your people's histories and ways.
You did very good. I appreciate it.
He will bow.
What is it that you're looking for?
He will reach into his satchel and start rustling around and go. He will kind of step forward and offer the piece of paper with the ingredients to one of the two guards. So he's not approaching her directly or making what could be outrageous requests to her verbally.
So, uh, are you handing it to Magni or Modi?
I will go with the one that was closest to him.
Okay, that would be Magni. Whenever you hand it to him, Modi will kind of walk over. They'll both just kind of peer at it.
It's obvious that he is trying not to be offensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Steph will kind of sigh and say, "You boys really need to learn how to read. Let me see it."
Ian's laughing. The character isn't.
Yeah, I figured. So, like, did you cross off the Wood of the World tree when you got it, or is it still on there?
Yes, he would have, because I'm sure the amount of wood that he got was more than enough for the repairs and for a little piece for himself too.
Probably. Hair from a Valkyrie.
It'll actually say twice the amount that was requested of him.
Gotcha. Water from, or mead from the fountain. Or mead of milk. I can't remember exactly how I phrased it, but you know what I mean.
I can pull it up. I have it written down. Let me rephrase. It's on my blue books. Oh, shoot. A little mead of poetry.
Okay. So let's say wood from the world tree.
Sorry?
Does this say wood from the world tree? She's pointing at the part that you scratched out.
Yes, it did, but I've already arranged that. And he'll pull back his coat, and there's the piece of the.
Gotcha. My personal suggestion would be to get the hair first.
He'll nod.
That could be found at Valhalla, where the Valkyries take the souls of the worthy and train them to fight in Ragnarok. The need of poetry can be found at the root of the world tree, in a well. It's a little hidden, very difficult to see, especially if you're not looking for it.
He'll nod. I thank you greatly for this information. And he swallows because he figures he probably knows the answer to this question. How do I get to where the Valkyries are? He doesn't ask. Ian asked it in a certain way, but he asks it as he stands up, and he asks it. He asks it like a man. It's the only way I can describe it.
Yeah. Go back to the world tree. Go up 2 branches. Take the last one on your left. That will take you to Valhalla.
He'll bow his head.
Is there anything else that you need?
No, not at the moment. Is there anything you need from me?
Can't think of anything. But she'll like motion you forward.
He'll step forward.
She'll pull out like what appears to be a sewing needle, and she'll kind of like grab your shirt, not like roughly or anything, but just kind of gently pull it out, and pull out some thread, and she'll sew something onto the inside of your shirt.
Okay.
If you have any further questions, focus on that room, and it will call to me, and I will answer.
He'll bow his head. I thank you. Before he leaves, he stops and he looks back, and he tilts his head as if he's going to ask a question, but he waits for her to choose to if she'll let him ask it or not.
She'll just kind of give you that look of go ahead.
You didn't ask me what I needed these items for.
It's not my business.
He'll bow his head. He'll look at the other two, and he will also bow his head in respect to them.
So I'll kind of raise. One of them will raise a hand, like he wants to ask a question.
Is that hand aimed to me?
Yes.
He'll go. He's flabbergasted. God's asking permission of him to ask a question. He'll be like, "Go ahead."
What do you need my stuff for?
I am rebuilding a staff of healing that has been damaged.
How to get damaged?
I have absolutely no idea.
Can I look at it? Do you have it?
I'm sorry?
Can I look at it?
I don't have it with me.
Oh.
But if I visit here again, I will bring it.
Cool.
You'll smile. And he'll look between the three of them before he leaves, looking for A, permission, and B, any other questions.
We'll tell you to go ahead and get out before they start bombarding you with further questions.
He'll slide. He'll have that look, a momentary look of more questions. I'm kind of curious of what they might be, but before he lets curiosity get the better of him, he'll slide out.
So you slide out. The hall seems to be a bit of a roar as you leave. You hear a lot of arguing as to what they should do going forward. If they should follow Eitri as he holds the hammer, if they should remain loyal to their lady and their lord's wife.
He'll look at the nearest one and go, WWTD.
So look at you with a quizzical look.
What would Thor do?
He'll blink a couple times. Yeah, what would Thor do? Others, what would Thor do? They'll all be chanting that. And then at once they'll all rise up, grab their axes, their hammers, their swords, and rush out of the hall. Definitely not gonna be fallout from that in another scene. No.
Oh, he's gonna go, oh, what did I just do? And then start walking for the world tree.
So as you're walking, it's like it's not a huge distance, but it's enough to be really annoying. Um, like, and you've been in there for a little bit now. Time acts a little clunky in the underground. Um, you start feeling a little bit disoriented. And you can give me a spirit or an umbrella check with intelligence to kind of figure out why that might be.
Intelligence, spirit lore. Okay, good thing I actually have spirit lore.
Or cosmology. Cosmology also works in here.
Oh, wait, let's see which one's better. They're both the same. Straight fail.
You have no clue. It's really weird. Usually, I don't know, maybe you're getting sick or something. It's been pretty cold. Might be having a little bit of a cold or something.
But I have that protection up.
You do?
He's going to find a safe place, and he's going to meditate to center himself again.
Okay.
Short of that, he's going to get a little nap.
If you want, you can give me a wits meditation at the center, so calm down a little bit.
Well, it's meditation. Alright. I apparently am on a 5 dice roll tonight.
5 dice seems to be a pretty common dice pool. So.
Oh, damn.
Alright. You are hella centered. You don't even, what were you even worried about? I don't know.
Does it seem to dissuade the weirdness?
It does not, but now that you've kind of centered yourself and you're not worrying about it quite as much, you remember something that some of your mentors have told you when you were learning the magical arts, that staying in the various umbral planes can start to have a physical effect on people the longer you take, or the longer you stay there. Generally, if you're there for about a week, it's just the mild disorientation. After that, it starts getting a little more difficult to, move around, uh, until eventually you become a spirit yourself.
Oh, okay. So I've only been here a matter of hours, so I should be fine for a while.
You're just starting to feel that disorientation yourself.
Okay. All right. Well, now that I know and I'm prepared for it, I'm less worried about it. Not that I'm completely not worried about it, just less worried about it.
Right.
And he will continue on his journey.
You make it to the willow tree. There's a giant ass squirrel there.
Did you just say there's a giant ass squirrel there?
Yeah.
Why am I not surprised?
Is this the same squirrel as we've been?
It'll look at you and say, "What's up? Been a while."
Do I know you?
Eli, out of character, Eli was there when they met the Ratatosk, I believe.
I don't think so.
Oh, never mind. Ignore that. My apologies. He'll say instead, "Yeah, you friends with those other guys that were here?"
The ones that were with the dwarf guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I came here with them.
Alright, cool. They got me back here. Name's Ratatosk. Who are you?
I'm Eli Callahan.
Oh, I'm good to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Got any acorns?
I do not. I didn't bring any. I don't run into your kind very often necessary to bring any acorns.
That's kind of disappointing. Oh, see you later. They'll scuttle off on the tree.
That was weird. He's going to go follow Sif's instructions.
Yeah, so you start climbing up the tree. Give me a strength athletics.
Strength athletics? Oh yeah, I forgot. I upped that. Another 5D. 3 successes.
Managed to climb up the tree pretty good distance. Get up about as high as you need to go. Now it's just finding which branch you need to go down exactly.
She said the last one on the left, if I remember correctly. So he will go towards that one.
Go down that one. And start walking down the branch, and it as well is large enough that you're able to kind of keep pretty stable footing on it. No problem. You don't have to like shimmy across or anything. Um, and as you do that, eventually you start walking. Or sorry, it's starting to get late. I'm starting to lose words. Keep walking. Eventually, the branch seems to disappear. You find yourself outside a very, very large, very ornate hall. Two fires in front of it, just burning freely, and a pair of Valkyries standing in front of it.
He's going to stand there for a few minutes and take it all in because he's absolutely not used to this. Do they react to his presence at all?
No, they're just standing there.
Sorry?
They're just standing there.
He's going to slowly make his way towards them. Not showing fear, just being, cautious because he's in a new realm he's not used to.
As you step forward, they seem to finally notice you and say, "What is your business here?"
Yeah. He's just going to outright say it. I need to get a couple of hairs of a Valkyrie.
So, raise an eyebrow. Why?
Because I am trying to repair a artifact, and the person that says he can repair it has requested it.
What artifact?
He will describe the healing staff.
Go on in.
Pardon?
Go on in.
He'll go in.
So you go in. It's similar to Thor's Hall, but on a much grander scale, and with no loud booms of thunder and everything. Many warriors eating, feasting, being merry, drinking, all that good stuff. And as you enter, they'll all just kind of look up at you.
Hi.
Hello.
How's it going?
Could be better, could be worse.
Yeah, no, that seems to cover most situations.
You here for a reason, or
I am.
what's that reason?
I am looking for a couple of hairs of a Valkyrie.
They probably want to talk to their queen then.
Well, why not? I've already spoken to 3 gods. Found out a treacherous dwarf. And, why not a queen? Sure. Can you point me in the appropriate direction, please?
One of them will just kind of point towards a hallway. And you'll see several hallways, one of which seems to have the torches outside of it snuffed out. But that one has its lights still going.
Thank you very much. And he will head towards the one that's pointed out.
So you go down the hall. And there's a very large ornate wooden door at the end of the hall.
Is it of equal ornateness to the one leading to Sif?
Yes.
Equal to? Better than? Less than?
Slightly less than.
Slightly less than. Yeah, that's gotta be the right one. And he goes and knocks on the door.
You knock on the door. Kind of loud, clearly feminine, but still, but commanding. Voice will call out, "Who calls upon me?"
My name is Eli Callahan.
Enter, Eli Callahan.
My thanks. And he will try to open the door.
The door opens.
Okay. I'm assuming with some effort.
Yeah, a little bit. It's a pretty heavy door.
He will he will step in and he will approach, but he will stop. I want to say 15 feet from her.
Okay.
That seems like a reasonable, respectful distance for a queen.
So you enter the room. There is, obviously, who appears to be the queen sitting on a fairly plain-looking chair in the middle of it, armored up with her crown and a sword. There are also several Valkyries standing guard along each side of you.
Here's the question. Does he get stopped further back than the 15 feet, or is he allowed to approach that close?
They allow you to approach that close.
Okay. Is there any odd looks to him for approaching that close?
No.
No? Okay. So that does appear to be a reasonably respectful distance then.
You could assume that, yes.
Well, nobody's getting pissed off at me, so that's probably a good sign. He will now she's not his queen, so actually kneeling would not be appropriate, if I remember correctly.
That sounds right to me.
He will offer a respectful level bow.
Okay.
Not too deep, but not too shallow. And will wait to be spoken to.
Why did you come here, Eli Callahan?
I have come because I search out 2 hairs of a Valkyrie.
For what purpose?
The repair of a artifact.
Which artifact would this be?
And he will describe the staff of healing.
Interesting. And why should we give you our hair?
That is a very legitimate question. Because I have the balls and to come and ask for it without some kind of attempt at trickery or subterfuge, and I'm willing to earn it.
Plenty of men come and ask for it, but it is true that few are offering to earn it.
There is a catch to that, though.
What is that?
I do not know your ways. I have absolutely no idea how I could earn it. Honesty worked the last time, so.
She'll think for a minute.
Sorry?
He looks like she's in thought. AKA the ST is trying to hint, so.
He just figures, if he doesn't know, be honest about it. Don't try bullshitting.
Yeah, for sure.
Probably get you more respect in the long run.
Where are you from, Eli Callahan?
I am from a place called Canada.
I've got a few brothers from Canada.
I believe, actually, my mother was born. Let me think here. I am going to need a academics roll for this one. You remember the original name of Newfoundland, which Ian knows, but I need to know if the character remembers. It's 2 high-level successes.
Okay.
Vinland.
What was it?
I believe your people referred to the parts my mother was born in as Vinland.
Little nod. And where have you traveled to in Midgard?
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Where all have you traveled on Midgard?
Oh, he will go through his travels through the South Pacific to Hong Kong, to England, all over Canada, some places in the States. He will regale them with all the places he's been, and with the trip to Thor's Hall.
Oh, interesting. We lost one of our sisters in Hong Kong.
Oh. He will look legitimately saddened by that. He is a doctor. Any loss of life is a sad one, but in this case, even he can feel he feels it more for them.
Sorry, could you repeat that again?
Well, I said, well, he's a doctor, so he will look legitimately saddened by that because any loss of life in his eyes is a sad occasion. But even more so in this case amongst her people.
I believe she's still alive, just captured.
Did you say captured?
Yes.
Will my correspondence work on this side into the real world?
You can, if you put a Spirit 2 effect into it, yes.
Would possibly a location be of help to you?
It would.
Do you have something of hers?
She'll nod her head to one of the Valkyries, who will go into another room. It sounds like she's rummaging around for a little bit. She'll return with a very sharp, obviously used sword.
He will go to take a step towards her and stop and ask permission to approach.
Go ahead.
He will approach and hold out his hands to receive a weapon, showing great respect to a weapon.
They'll allow you to handle it. She'll actually say, "We will allow you to hold this until you can find her location. Then we will take it back, of course."
He will bow and he'll indicate the floor and ask if he could attempt this amongst you.
By all means.
He will sit down and he'll cross his legs, and I will attempt this. Focusing on the sword, and let me think here. Would the time effect? Oh wait, the time would be a +1 difficulty, right? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay, but would time be an appropriate thing to add to the correspondence and spirit to pinpoint her even greaterly?
No.
Sorry?
No. You'd only need time if you're trying to find out where she was in the past. Or will be in the future. So.
Fair enough. Well, I could still use the tattoos as a focus, right?
Yes.
Okay. Personal and unique focus.
Yeah.
Let me think here. Personal, unique focus, but +1 difficult. No, wait, it's not +1 difficulty. So -2. What level? So it's level 2 correspondence, level 2 spirit, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So that would be coincidental. So 3 plus level +1 for the additional sphere.
You don't add one for the additional sphere.
Oh, okay.
I had that as a rule because I misread the rules for a long time, and then I realized I was fucking up. So.
Okay. So, well, I'm at diff 3.
Oh.
I will extend this out.
Probably a good idea.
Okay, so that's 2 successes. That's 5 successes. That's 7 successes. Nine successes.
That'll be enough.
Okay.
So you look into, you start focusing on the owner of that sword, and you kind of feel a bit of resistance at first, and then you manage to punch through it. You see the woman similar to the ones that are surrounding you right now. Little minor alterations, of course, but she appears to be held on a lab table in a very sterile environment.
The grinding of his teeth would be audible. Wait, hold on before I say that. Actually, voluntarily, or is it okay? Is she in the hospital, or is she being held involuntarily?
She is clearly restrained to the bed, but she is unconscious.
Okay. Yeah, his teeth are grinding. I'm assuming there's a location with the like, for lack of a better term, I get a GPS ping.
Yeah, basically.
He will open his eyes, and he will describe exactly what he is seeing and the location. However, he is specifically going to say that this is specifically to help her. This is not for in exchange for anything. This is so that you can retrieve your sister.
No, I'm not.
more or less, he wants to get their gain their trust, if not a little bit of respect, before actually attempting to earn the hairs.
You know who owned that facility? Or do you have any ideas?
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Do you know who owned that facility, or do you have any ideas as to who would?
Is there a roll I can make to try to figure out if I do know that?
You can do an intelligence mage lore.
Intelligence mage lore. Keen edge mind?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's 4 and 3 is 7. Looks like 3 successes.
So, given that you had to punch through some warding, along with the official and stainless and completely sterile environment, you can assume that that was some kind of technocratic facility.
Oh yeah, the grinding of the teeth just got louder.
Not friends of yours, I'm assuming?
And he won't literally spit it out, but he will spit out the word technocracy.
They've attempted to study us for a very long time now.
Well, they have one of you.
We'll have to fix that.
Yes. How can I help? And he'll offer a smile.
We'll need a way through to our side of to Midgard. In addition, we'll need people there to help us storm the facility. People who are more used to modern inventions.
Where exactly are they?
Weirdly enough, they happen to be in London. Strange how that works. Definitely not a contrived coincidence at all.
he will offer a bright smile. I think we can probably help each other on this one. And I think I can probably bring some people to help with this, because this has introduced us to a threat to us as well as yourselves.
If you do this, if you help us free our sister, you and your friends will be rewarded, of course. You with the hairs you acquire.
He will bow his head. And now he just has to figure out how to get a message across the Umbra.
Like, this is not going to happen tonight, just so you know.
Well, I figure he can attempt to get the mead as he's leaving to try to figure out how the hell he get across a message across. I will go and figure out a way to get back to Midgard, and I will try to coordinate with some people. And is there a way I can communicate with you?
There was a mage on the other side. I believe he's moved also to London. He was owed a favor by one of us, and I became acquaintances. I guess I wouldn't describe them as friends. Jason Morley.
Jason.
Get a message across.
He will nod. And he will stand up, and he will turn to the precisely same person, hopefully, that handed him the sword, and he will, with the reverence ode to such a weapon, hand it back to her.
She'll take it, give you a polite nod, and go to take it back to the other room.
So that was four. Was that 4 rolls? 4 rolls. So that was like an hour worth of casting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm assuming. Did nobody leave the room when he was doing it?
Correct. Everybody stayed there.
Cool. He will look at them and bow and go, I hope that this can lead to a friendship between ourselves as well.
We shall see.
If you will allow it, I will take my leave and go to figure out how to get back to the other side.
Best of luck.
Thank you. I will communicate with you as soon as possible. May I have your name?
Who are you addressing?
The queen, I guess.
Sigrun.
Can you write that in the side chat so because Ian will slaughter that? Sigrun, okay.
There's like umlauts and stuff too, but like, fuck it. You get the idea.
Yeah. It is. It's been an absolute pleasure, Sigrun.
Have a safe journey, Eli Callahan.
Thank you. And he will turn and he will head out.
Where are you going now?
He's going to retrace his steps
Not
and
terribly.
hopefully not start any other wars on his way. And as long as he doesn't get lost on his way back.
Give me an intelligence cosmology check.
Intelligence cosmology. Here we go. Back to the 5 dice. It's just a straight fail. All right, again at higher difficulty, I guess. That's that's 1 success.
Okay. So it takes you a little bit of time. You figure probably around a day or two's journey. But you do eventually retrace your steps and find yourself at the base of the world tree.
While I'm there, I was told that I can find the meat at the base of the world tree. While I'm here, I might as well attempt it.
There you go. So you can give me an intelligence investigation research.
I'm hoping keen-edged mind works on this.
Yes.
So that would be 5 successes.
Oh, hey, there's that fountain there. It's pretty obviously sitting out there, right in the middle. Huh.
Is it the right stuff?
How are you gonna check?
Sorry?
How are you gonna check?
I am going to check.
But how?
Well, I did roll quite well on the research, so based on the research, I'm going to. Is there something in my spheres I can use to check?
Probably get it with we'll go crime site.
Crime site. All right. Well, I'll just say 1 into duration and 2 into effect.
So you look down into this well and see the effects that appear to be coming off of the meat. and it seems to be a very powerful kind of mind empowerment type deal, um, based on what you can tell, which does seem to fit with what you've researched on the meat of poetry.
Okay. Is there anything stopping me from taking a couple of small flasks worth?
Um, the fact that it's pretty far down and there's not a bucket.
All right. So what is this? Dexterity and athletics?
Yep.
Well, thank God I'm in that suit.
And,
All right. Well, gosh darn damn, that's 6 successes.
it's pretty good. You kind of like shimmy your way down, got your back against one wall and the leg, and your legs against the other. You kind of just shimmy your way down. Um, and get you a couple flasks. And now we'll need another one to make your way back up.
Okay, there's no such thing as a D19. Well, gosh darn dang nabbit, it looks like another 5 successes.
Okay. So you managed to shimmy your way back up again.
I will climb my way out and head back to the hall to ask around to figure out a way back to Midgard.
You start to head back to the hall, and then you hear a large, loud screaming, almost as if there's an army charging in your general direction. Give me a perception alertness.
Well, it's just straight fail.
So, you're doing your thing, you just kind of see this army, um, and then you feel a rush of wind open behind you, and you kind of turn around to look at what's causing it, and you see a rip in the umbra. And then you turn back around just in time to see a fairly large-looking blue dwarf-looking man wielding a hammer, barreling into you and shoving you through the rip before he closes it.
Did I just get football tackled into Midgard?
Yes, basically.
Okay. Ow. Thank you.
He's kind of like breathing heavily or panting heavily.
Problems?
I don't know what the fuck their deal is. Bastards trying to kill me? I've got their Lord's hammer.
I have no idea what you're who you're talking about.
Well, the massive army. Did you not hear him?
Yeah, but I didn't see who they were.
Whatever. Did you get your stuff you needed?
Well, most of it.
Well, no, not my problem anymore. Later. And he'll just kind of wander off.
Later. And he's going to. Where is he?
You're in front of the giant tree that the Verbena conclave was in front of.
Oh, okay. Nobody was taking sniping shots at the dwarf. Guess things got better.
Yeah.
And he's going to go tell the elder what the hell's going on.
So you make your way to the new Verbena conclave, an undisclosed location. You step outside the elder's tent, where he typically is. Well, what do you do?
I knock on the on a something to announce myself.
Hmm. You
Sorry,
tells you to come in.
he'll step in. I'm assuming ducking into the entry.
Oh, Eli, how have you been?
Well, we are living in some interesting times. I'll tell you this much.
Yeah, it seems to be the case.
Gods and goddesses and queens and valkyries and weird dwarves. So I have some interesting information.
What's that?
You got a city map around here somewhere?
They'll nod and point at like a wall of the tent. Not really a wall, but you get what I mean.
Mhm.
Where there is a map hanging.
He'll walk over. He will reach into his satchel of stuff, and he'll pull out a clothespin and go, "I guess this will do," and put the pin right in the location. So, mm, technocratic enclave
Oh dear.
with a captured Valkyrie.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so if we want to go rescue the captured Valkyrie, we've got. But how many Valkyries were there?
9 total.
We've probably got about 9 of them willing to help us. Uh, when I say willing, I mean like, yeah, they want their sister back.
Understandable. What do you plan on doing?
I figure get some people together. We got some Valkyries. We got, I don't know, we talk to a particular goddess and see if she can't add in some willing warriors and really mess up these guys' day.
Seems like a good plan. I'll leave it in your capable hands.
Yay me! Yes, he actually says that. He's got the look on his face at the moment of I've done way too much etiquette today. It's time to be less etiquette like. Yay me!
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Not currently. Everything else I'm guessing I can do in scene with players and PCs and NPCs and such.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry. Okay. So we're gonna call it for there. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, future watchers, for watching. This has been another episode of Chaos at London, Mini Edition. Remember to always be polite when talking to queens and goddesses.